Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. Well, a couple of days ago, I posted a video titled Oscars So Fake, the Fake Slap Heard Around the World. And I wanted to do a follow-up video to this particular video to give a better description and detail as to what I meant when I stated that the slap was fake. And I do believe that the slap was fake. No one is going to convince me otherwise. However, I wanted to qualify that. So in this particular video, trigger warning, we're going to go a little deep. And this particular subject is going to be uncomfortable for many. It may be a little spooky, but understand this. Life is not all fairy tales and rainbows. There are dark, sinister forces that dwell among us in high places, even among the very people who we admire. So people, this slap right here, I want you to take a good look at this and tell. If you notice with that slap, Chris Rock kind of leaned in and he knew what was coming. Oh yes, he was a part of this, obviously. So let's go from the very beginning. We know that in colleges, fraternities, and sororities, people will make pledges and they will do very embarrassing, degrading things to themselves and to others. This has been going on for years upon years upon years. So we know that Freemasonry or the Masonic order is real. Freemasonry and the British royal family, yeah, pretty much goes hand in hand. And follow me as to where I'm going to take this. Freemasons, along with the Illuminatis, were invented in the 1700s. They've been around that long. Now, we know that there's certain symbols, signs, and gestures that you can look for that they use to display that's identifiable among their orders. Now, I want to show you something. I'm going to get into symbols right here. See there the Oscars? Look in the background. Does that look like something from hell? Like Dante's Inferno? Look like some type of flames coming up. And I'm not surprised at all with that. This right here is the satanic eye of the pyramid that is on our dollar bills, on a $1 bill. Now, the pyramids themselves are not evil, not the ones in Egypt. However, keep one thing in mind. People can abstract and take certain symbols, objects, and make them evil amongst their sect, their cult, their belief, their religion. Like a knife in itself is not evil. However, it can be used for good and evil. You can use a knife to carve a turkey. You can use a knife to save a life. How many people have had a loved one who could have been hanged and someone came in there and cut them down? They just saved a life. But that same knife can also be used to stab someone to take a life. In this particular case right here, this pyramid is evil. It's a satanic cult. But I want you to pay attention to me very carefully because I'm going to show you some symbols there. Here's your satanic eye of the pyramid. Now look at the Oscars. Look in the background. You see pyramids there. That's not a coincidence. That's not an accident. That is deliberate. That's telling you something right there. Hollywood, Hollyweird, as it's also known by, is a very evil, dark, sinister place. A lot of ritualistic activities take place in Hollyweird. Not that all celebrities or people in the entertainment industry are involved in it. Many of them do not know. However, there are some who are deeply entrenched within these secret societies, cults, and practices. Now, remember the satanic eye of the pyramid? Look where Jada's at. See where I have circled right there? That's an inverted pyramid. It's upside down. This particular pyramid was all throughout the background where Jada was posing. There goes another one right there. This is not a coincidence. They're telling you something. It's like right there in the public, but you have to be aware enough to catch it. Let's move on. See this right there? I want you to pay attention to the hand right there. This is called the hidden hand right there. It's a symbol. A lot of religious schools, what they will do is that they would teach their children to use their right hand, because the right hand is of God, the left hand is of Satan. Or you're going to see a mixture right here where you may have some people who are trying to play God or be in God's stead. So basically, this is a symbol that has been around to identify members of this sex or societies since the 1700s. And you'll see a lot of world leaders would do this particular symbol or practice that. There's Prince Charles right there. Here's another right there. There's Prince Harry. Boy, Meghan Markle, what have you married into? Okay, the hidden hand is a Masonic, basically a Masonic, assigned to the Masonic deity, Juhabulan, meaning that it must remain hidden from the public. So the intent or the plan or what's going to manifest itself, there's a plan there, but it must remain hidden from the public. There's old Barack Obama, the hidden hand right there. Most of the world leaders are into these secret societies, into these occult practices. Most of them are. Now, the hidden hand that I just told you about. Here's Will Smith right there with the hidden hand in plain sight. That slap right there was staged. It was planned out. So let me go deep with this here. Will Smith is in some type of secret society. Which one? The Illuminati? The Masonic Order? I'm not sure, because the Oscars had a combination of both there. So I'm going to take that as meaning that there are members there who are in the Illuminati and the Masonic Order. Will Smith right here was given a choice to me. Was given a choice that either he could sacrifice something. Either it can be his children, which he chose not to, or either his reputation. And what Will Smith chose to do, he chose to sacrifice his reputation. Yes, that's what he chose to do. So Will Smith is past the point of oath, obligation, and pledging. And that tells me with that sacrifice of his reputation on stage, he's pretty high up there. And the crying that you've seen from him is actually real. Because I'm sure that leading up to this, there was a lot of emotional turmoil going on. And this was kind of like a relief. And keep one thing in mind, the staging of the slap, all of that, that's real. Now the outcome, he doesn't quite know about. I'm sure that he's aware that, yes, he will be dismissed from the academy. He will be have his membership revoked, but he don't care about that. The most important thing to him is the pledge to his order or his society, which is much more important than being an academy member. So he knows that's coming. And a lot of times too, they go in there with blinders. It's a trust thing. Okay, you do the slap, we'll take care of the rest. You don't worry about it. So he's putting his faith until his elders in the society. He's trusting them to keep their word and to do good for him and his family. So this stuff, is not what you think. People are sitting up there thinking that, oh, it was just spontaneous. He cracked. No, he did not crack. As I stated once before, Will Smith, who has advocated for black people, he know the plight of black people worldwide. He know how black men are looked upon as being violent prone. It was a black producer there. He's representing the Williams sisters, their legacy. He is not going to go there without an incentive and just do that. There must have been a deep incentive for him to do what he did. And the deeper incentive for him to do what he did was some type of sacrifice that he felt was worthy. So he's not going to sacrifice his children, which has been done before. Family members have been sacrificed. He chose not to do that. He chose to give up and sacrifice his reputation. Yes, so basically what you've seen on national TV that played out in front of your very eyes was a sacrifice. It was not a blood sacrifice. It wasn't a human sacrifice, but nonetheless, it was a sacrifice. Now, many people are not going to believe this, what I'm saying. That's okay. 99% of the people will not believe this. Some people would think I'm crazy, I'm reaching. That's all okay. I think we all are entitled to our opinions. But from what I've studied, from what I've read, what I've learned throughout the years, there are just certain things that are true, that are sometimes stranger than fiction, that are hidden in plain sight. The truth is the truth, no matter what you want to believe. The truth sometimes is not very comfortable, particularly when it involves people who we love and admire and who we grew up with. Sometimes they start off innocent, but many times in this reach for fame, fortune, and immortality, they go into a dark, sinister place. Many Hollywood celebrities have done this. Many singers, many world leaders have done this. It can be very enticing. But it's their choice to make. You can choose to believe. But the truth is sometimes not what you want it to be. It can be very uncomfortable and very unsettling. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. And I will see you all beyond and through.